And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Supergirl Season 4, Episode 19. I gotta say off the back about this episode, spoilers before I say anything else, but spoilers heavy because it just happened, literally just finished like an hour ago. Okay, gotta say off the back, this episode was pretty cool. I actually dug this episode. This episode had a lot of meaning to it, and a lot of like heartstring moments to it. Not gushy like lovey-dovey stuff, but more like that actually makes sense what's going on in today's world. So obviously we all know what's been going on with Supergirl, where she has been pretty much framed, if you will, for attacking the White House, attacking certain people in the government, and now she decides, I need to lay low, let Kara Danvers do what she needs to do, be a journalist, and try to figure out what the heck is Lex Luthor's plan. What's his aim game, his A game for all this. She doesn't get why he's doing this to her and all that. She probably gets, yeah, Superman's not around, so might as well pick on me, right? So she starts investigating certain things here and there to try to get clues to find out where he's at, what's his end game. Get it? End game. And by the way, you can go watch my spoiler review for that. Anyway, so she goes and starts thinking about doing that. While that's all happening, you have James Olsen. He's dealing with some guilt apparently from his past that kind of comes back to him, because it's also combining with the fact that he's getting powers now. So we got to see him use laser vision, so that was pretty cool, or heat vision, or whatever you want to call it. So we got to see that. You got to see Brainy go into his subconscious, trying to find out what's been going on, what's been bothering him as a kid. You see him at his dad's funeral, finding out that he really wasn't there, but he was making up a story about him being at a restaurant next door. But we find out later on in the episode that he was actually not there. He was being bullied by a bunch of people, and they trapped him in the basement where they keep all the coffins at, of the morgue. So that was pretty creepy. So his sister had to go in there to try to snap him out of it. Eventually she does. But and of course we got to see, so that little side story was pretty cool. But the main story of this episode was basically seeing the government take like martial law against aliens, breaking into their houses, taking them out of their homes, thinking that they're a threat. They may be aliens, but taking them out of their houses no matter what, and putting them somewhere, detention or whatever it is, and putting fear against aliens and also humans alike. And of course we have Dreamer. She got to obviously suit up again. Still not crazy about the name. I wasn't crazy about the name, but now I get the name. Now I understand why the name is so important, why they use his name. Because when I first heard the name Dreamer, I was like, it's a corny name, whatever. Now that I watched it, I'm digging this name now a lot more, because especially with this episode, there's a moment in this episode where Kara, we all know she's using her investigation skills to help out and try to find, clues about Lex and why he's behind this. Maybe if they can get Supergirl, in the good graces of the people, maybe it will stop Lakewood, Agent Liberty from basically tearing the place apart. Because that's all he's doing. He's taking his boys and he's basically, he deputized all his agents of Liberty, and now they all work for the government. They all pretty much are the government now. So in the episode, Kara decides to have an interview with Dreamer. And she starts telling her story about how she's an alien, but she's also, half human as well. And then she starts doing it in a way like she's actually addressing herself as the actress who plays her. Talking about the fact that I am a transgender. I am who I am. I don't let people define who I am. And, that actually makes a lot of sense, because Dreamer, and she also admits in the show that her character is also transgender. And she was talking about how, like, America, not only America, but people itself should just learn to cope with that, If you don't like that person, fine. But don't go on hating people for no reason without actually knowing who they are, knowing what they are, and it makes a lot of sense because, even in America today, a lot of people still don't like people who are gay or lesbian or bi or transgender. If you have a problem with that, it's nothing wrong with that, but you should just keep it to yourself. You don't have to judge people because that's their choice of being who they are. No matter what you think, no matter what I think, they're just people. We're all people, you know what I mean? So that's what I think in the message in this episode was like, listen, we're all people here, no matter what we are. We're all bleed red anyway, so it doesn't matter what our color is, what religion we are, what sex we are. It doesn't matter. We're all Americans here, especially if we live here. We're all human, So I think that was a cool message, and that was a cool way for them to actually say to this episode, hey, listen, this is Dreamer. She's a transgender superhero, but yet she's also an American, but also an alien. So, if she's cool with herself, why can't you be cool with her being an alien and also half human? But of course, Lockwood comes in, starts, trying to arrest her for no reason because she's apparently freedom of speech, but yet using it in a terrorism way. But, whatever. But like I said, I love the moments where she was actually expressing herself, because I think that felt more of like the actress talking about herself for real life. Because we all know in real life that she's actually a transgender person. She was born a man, but she decided to become a girl. That was her decision. Nothing we can do about it. So, you gotta accept people no matter who they are, what they are, who they are. Maybe wrong in your eyes, but is it really up to you? Really? I think that was a cool way to do it in the episode. I think DC did a really good job here with that episode. So kudos to them. The rest of the episode was pretty cool as well. We got to see a cool little, dark moment, fight scene. Kara using her powers in secret. As Carol. I mean, it's Kara Danvers, so that was cool. But yeah, I think the whole speech moment of the episode was the strongest part, and I think that was cool. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. And what did that speech moment impacted on you? Maybe you are a transgender person, and maybe you felt the same way like she did. Scared, ashamed, whatever. Just embrace who you are, no matter what you are. Embrace it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.